Hello everybody and welcome to your Senior Pilates standing session. It's so lovely to see you all there on the chat. And yes, I am coming to you completely live from the UK. I'm actually down near Brighton, which is down on the south coast of the UK. So that's where I am today. And it's lovely to see you all. I've just been looking at all the chat, which has been wonderful. I see so many names there and people all over the world, our lovely friends across the pond as well. So welcome to you if you're from the other side of the world, the States and Canada. And yes, today we are going to do standing Pilates. And I wanted to let you know that my very first standing Pilates for seniors film that I did, I think it was about 11 months ago now, has just reached 2 million views. So it's like, yay! Absolutely wonderful. So what we're going to do today is build on that, because I know lots of you have been doing that workout. So I'm going to give you a few familiar exercises and a few challenges as well. All right, so if you haven't been with me live before, this is what we do. We're going to get started right now, and then we will come back after the exercise. And if you want to ask me any questions, you can do that then. My husband often comes in. He'll take a note, Kerr, when you've seen him on the chat. He takes a note of any questions that come in at the beginning, and then he'll pass them on to me. And then I will chat for you for 15, 20 minutes, depending on whatever you need today. All right, so if you're happy to be here, go ahead, press the like button, and let's get started, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to come and stand up. As you can see, I'm in my lovely new space now, so I've got a little bit more room, which is great for me. Okay, we're going to have our feet parallel. And think of the feet underneath the hips, all right? And then what we're going to do, first of all, is just get our balance sorted. I did mention, I think, quickly in the chat, if you need an aid to balance, have a chair nearby, or you can have the kitchen counter if that's where you are. Otherwise, if you're happy to do with that, go ahead, because it's always good to challenge yourself. All right, so let us begin. We're going to put the hands on the hips. We're going to draw the abdominals in, so think of pulling that belly button in towards your spine. And then the first thing you're going to do is just look down at your feet. I want you to lift your toes up off the floor as far as you're able to do. And then I want you to try and spread them out and then lay them down like you're playing your piano keys. All right, one at a time like that. Let's do that again. We're going to lift them up as much as you can. Spread them out. Sometimes it helps to spread your fingers as well, and then lay them back down. And we're going to do that one more time. Lift them up, spread them out, and then lay them back down. Okay, hands on the hips. We're going to gently rock forward until you can feel your toes starting to grip. Then you're going to come back to the center. Then you're going to rock back onto the heels. Don't fall over. And then come back to the center. We're going to go forward, so feel the weight into the toes, and back to the center, and then we're going to rock back, and center. Now find that central point where you've got your weight even between the toes and the heels, because that's going to really help now we start to do our heavy work, all right? So I'm going to go slightly sideways on a diagonal because I want you to see my spine position as we do this. So we're going to do knee bends in parallel. And what you're going to do is inhale to bend the knees. You bend as far as is comfortable. You're going to take the arms all the way up today, and then you're going to come back down. So you're going to inhale, bend, and exhale, lift. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Bend, and straighten. Now with those knees, obviously if you have any knee arthritis, you're not going to bend as much as I am. So you just do what feels okay for you. That's the important thing, yes? 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down, and we're going to float up onto the toes and back down. So we're just gently lifting the heels and down. This is where our balance comes into play. And the reason I always do these exercises is because it's really important to have strength in your feet and your ankles And this is what these exercises do. All right, we want to prevent falls and all that kind of stuff. So lifting up for 3, 2, 1. Second set of knee bends. We're going to bend and up, bend and up. Good. So you want to add that breathing. You inhale to bend, exhale, straighten. Bend, exhale, straighten. Bend and straighten. 3, 2, 1. Let's lift up onto the toes. So lifting up and lower down. Lifting up and lower down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. I'm going to face the front now because we're going to go into the next exercise, which is to take your feet nice and wide. Okay, we're going to draw the tummy in. We're going to think of our back staying really straight. So you're standing as upright as you can. You're going to bend the knees, take the arms out to the side, and then come down. So we're going to inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Good. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we haven't done this one before. We're going to come up onto the toes. So we're going to try and lift up onto the toes and lower down. Lift and lower. This is a lot more challenging. So it really helps to think of squeezing through the bottom. All right, because we're using our hips as well as our thigh muscles. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 3, 2, 1. Second set of knee bends. Arms come up and down. This time they're going all the way up, crossing at the top, pressing down. Nice deep breaths. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking the hands down, they're just going to stay out like so. You're going to float up and down. So try and lift your heels and low. They don't have to go high. You're just trying to get them off the ground. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. And bring those feet back in. Now we're going to do what they call in Pilates the V position. So it's a slight turning out of the feet. All right. Now I say feet. I shouldn't have said that. I should have said turn out from the hip. Okay, so it's not just the foot turning out. You're trying to feel it coming from here. This will activate your glutes. Okay, very important for strength in the body when we're standing is to have nice strong glute muscles. So this is why we're doing this one. So little V, okay, hands on your hips, and you're going to do your knee bend. So you're going to bend and straighten. Now you're not going to go as far because I want you to keep your heels down. Now for some of you, that's going to be a challenge, yeah? Especially if you're tight in your calf muscles or your Achilles tendon. So you try and go as far as you're able. Do have a little check that your knees are going over your toes. All right, we're going to do 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to try and lift up onto the toes. So a little lift and lower down. And this one really helps. Think of squeezing the thighs together, squeezing the bottom, and that will really help that movement. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do our knee bend, second set. Little bend and up. Bend and up. So as you close the legs, think of a squeeze together. It's like you're trying to squeeze something between the thighs. and squeeze. Good. You'll feel your bottom muscles really working with this one. Bend and lift. 3, 2, 1. Let's try and raise up onto our toes. Little lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 4 more. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift and lower. Okay, so next challenge for today is I'm going to give you a sequence which we're going to do with the legs and then the arms. It's going to really challenge the brain as well as the body, which is why I've put it in. So what we're going to do is keep your hands on the hips for now. You're going to bring your right foot forward and you're going to tap it on the floor. So you're going to tap it to the front. You're going to tap it to the side. You're going to tap it to the back. And then you're going to bring the foot back together. All right, so we're going to go front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. And all the while we're trying to keep those hips facing forward like 2 car headlights, together. Front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. And front, side, back, and together. Now with the opposite arm, we're going to try and do a similar movement. So we're going to go front, side, back, together. For you, we'll be bringing the arm down. Front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. And front, side, back, together. Now we're going to put those 2 things together. Are you ready? Let's try. So we're going to go front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. Front, side, back. Now keep pulling up through that body so you're really using your core right now to stay balanced. And front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, and together. How did you do? Hopefully okay. Let's do the other side. So hands back on the hips. We'll start with just the leg. So we're going to go front, side, back, together. So this is a good way to just get your balance and get used to the movements. Front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. And front, side, back, together. Let's try the opposite arm. Going front, side, back, and down. Front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. One more. Front, side, back, and together. Let's put all that together. Here we go. Front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. Good. Front, side, back, together. Front, side, back, together. 2 more. Front, side, back, together. And front, side, back, together. Well done. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to go sideways just so you can see what we're going to do. I'm going to do a little exercise on balance, taking the leg to the back. In fact, I'll go this way, so you can do right leg first. Okay, so what we're going to do is pick up the right leg, take it back, and at the same time reach the arms up, and then we're going to bring everything together. So we're going to bend, place it back, and bring everything together. So join in when you're ready, and together. So lift, take it back, and together. Lift, take it back, and together. 1. Let's do the other side. Are you ready? Here we go. Back and together. So lift and place and together. Lift and place and together. So all of this is challenging you to hold your center of gravity. All right, so it really is great for improving balance as well as strengthening the legs. And down. 2, 1. Well done, holding it there. We're going to do our stretches next, okay? So I'll go back round this way. We're going to take the right foot forward and we're just going to sink back. So hands on the other knee, sinking back till you're feeling a stretch in the back of this leg. Okay, we want the toes towards you, but we want your back as straight as it can be. So we're trying not to round that back. We're trying to really send the chest forward. And you're going to hold it there. Hopefully you're a little bit out of breath now. Now I want you to place the toes down, come on up, and then let's start to lean forward. So the stretch is going into the other leg now. All right, you're holding it here. Let's draw those shoulders back and down. Lift your right line if you can, so you're looking straight ahead. And just hold it there. Well done, let's change legs now. Okay, so other leg forward, bending the knee and just sinking down, bringing the toes towards you. Good. Coming up, let's place those toes down. I'm going to just reach that other leg a little bit further back so I can bend that knee and feel that nice stretch there. Again, draw the shoulders down. Let's have that chest lifted. Excellent. Good. Come on up. All right, we're going to do a little bit of work on our upper body now. So let's have ourselves back into our standing posture, feet underneath those hip bones, so not too wide. All right, and we're going to lift the arms up, interlace the fingers, take the hands behind the head. All right, and I want you to think of drawing the back of your head into your hands so you feel that you are really working the muscles deep inside the neck here. All right, so a lot of us as we get older, we get what we call the head forward posture. And what we're trying to do is bring that head back into alignment and strengthen the neck muscles. Okay, so we're holding it here. And then what we're going to do is think of dipping that elbow down towards the floor. So you're going to inhale, flexing over, feeling the stretch through the ribs, and exhale to come up. And we're going to go the other way. Inhale as you go over, and exhale up. Obviously, I've got a very flexible body, so I'm not expecting you to go as far. Just do what you can, okay? But what we want to avoid is any rounding forward. So try and keep that nice upright spine, and you're just tilting sideways, like you're between two pieces of glass, so you can only go over to the side. So inhale over and exhale up. And even though this is a stretch, it is a core exercise as well, because we're using the muscles on the side of the waist. And up, we're going to do 2 more. Over and up. Now making sure your shoulders are down. We're going to exhale. We're going to try and rotate now to the right, keeping the hips facing forward, and come back to the center. Then we're going to rotate the other way and back to the center. Good. So exhale to rotate and inhale to center. So that exhale is you pulling in on your tummy. So you're using those muscles deep inside the abdomen. Over and back. Over and back. 2 more. and coming back. Let's bring the arms down and just roll the shoulders up, back, and around. 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 And up, back, and round. And from there, I want you to bring your right arm forward, lift it up, take it behind you. And as it goes behind you, you're going to try and turn to follow the hand and then bring it forward. So again, that rotation of the spine. So lifting up and turn and back. Up and back. Up and back. That's it. Keep going. Up and back. Up and back. Two more. Up and back. And up and back. Well done. Let's do the other arm. So you're going to bring it forward, lift it up, turn to follow it behind you. Up and back. Up and back. Good. Lift and back. Lift and back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and back. Now rest your hands by your side, standing nice and tall. Let's do a little flex of the neck. So it's a gentle tilt of the head over to the side, and then you're going to come on up, and then the other way. Very important with that neck. Let's not force anything, yeah? Let's just go to where it's happy to go to. So you feel that gentle stretch. And up, good. Over and up. Over and up, good. And over and up. And we're going to turn to look to our right and come back to center. And left and back to center. Right and center. Left and center. Good. Right and center. Left and center. You're going to bring your arms forward. We're going to circle the hands out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well done. We're going to bring those hands down for a moment. We're going to come to the side of our mat. And we want to have a little bit of space because we're going to do a little traveling exercise now for the legs, also for the balance. So what we're going to do is step sideways. 1, bring the feet together. 2, step again. 3, and 4. And I'd like you to try and do it in that little V that we were doing earlier. Okay, so that little V position. So go back the other way. Bend together. Bend together. Bend together. And then so just getting a heart rate up. Bend together. Bend together. Good. Bend. Now, if you want to work harder, you go lower. So you can go right down here if you want to. All right, if that's too much, you just keep it nice and soft on the knees. Good. Bend together, bend together, bend together, bend together. You'll do 4 more sets of these. That's it. Keep going if you can. And 3. And 2, together, last time, and then together, bend together. Brilliant. Okay, come back to your center, back to your standing position. Let's bring the hands up onto the shoulders and bring the elbows together. Lift up and reach back. So I want you to feel this stretching out the front of the chest and shoulders, up and back. Up and back. Up and back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let the shoulders come down. Take the arms out. You're going to hold them out. And I want you to turn your palms to the ceiling. And then from there, I want you to bring the hands forward and around in little circles. So it's not big. It's like kind of the size of a porthole on a ship. I think something like that, little circles. We're going round and round and round. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go back the other way, coming forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep the arms up, bring them forward, take them out. Forward and out. So I'm slightly rounding, like I'm trying to give you all a hug as I do it. So we're coming forward and out. Forward and out. Forward and out. And forward and out. You're going to turn the hands up and turn them down. Turn them up and turn them down. Up and down. Up and down. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Bring the arms forward. Turn the palms up and bend at the elbows. So this is your position. I know you can feel your arms right now. Okay, we're going to open, squeeze the shoulder blades, release the shoulder blades, and back. Let me show you the view. So we're going open, squeeze, release, and back. 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 And open, squeeze, release, and back. Bring the arms down. Give them a little shake out because I know you can feel that one. Okay, and I'm going to go sideways just so you can see the position. So I want you to flex at the hips. So we're bending the knees, tummy in, and think of tilting forward. All right, but we're trying to have that back in a nice straight position there. Hands on the hips. I've done this in one of my other videos. So it's a really good one for just mobilizing your lower back. So all you're going to do is pull the belly button in and try and round that lower back. And then you're going to send the tailbone back the other way. So you're going to exhale, pull the tummy in, tucking under, rounding the lower back. You're going to inhale as you go the other way. So you try not to move your upper back. Hopefully you can see with me there's not much movement in the upper part of the back. It's just the lower back. So we're tucking under and back. Tucking under and back. That's it. Under and back. Tucking under and back. 2 more. Under and back and under and back. You're going to come all the way up and we're going to finish with a little Energizer. So what you're going to do is inhale, bring the arms up. As you exhale, bend the knees, swing the arms back for 1, 2, and inhale up. So it's inhale up. Inhale up and up and up. 2 more and up. Coming all the way up. Let's reach the arms all the way out to the side. Well done. Give yourselves a round of applause. And that's your standing senior Pilates live session for today. Thank you very much for coming. And yeah, I'll come and have a talk to you now. All right. Well done, everyone. I hope that felt okay. Excuse me, I've got to just a little blow of the nose. So I've got a little bit warm there. Hopefully you did as well. So I'm going to come and look at all the comments and the questions coming in. Lovely to see all those names on there. So that's wonderful. So I'm going to go to the top. I can see Gayla. In fact, while I'm on the chat, oh, my husband's coming in with questions. Okay, there's 4 questions. So we'll do those first. Before we do that, if you enjoyed the session, will you please press your like button now, because that's going to really help me with getting noticed by YouTube, and it's really easy to do. It's just the thumbs up button, so go ahead, press that. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because all that means is you'll get a notification when I've got a new workout coming up or when I'm going to go live. So if you want to kind of do this again with me, it's a really good way to keep in touch. Okay, so I'm going to look at the questions that my husband's given me here. So we've got a question from Patty Keno. Hello, Patty. And Patty's asking, what are the best strengthening exercises without weights? Okay, Patty, that's a great question. And I would say, well, I don't use any weights at all. And I guess you would look at me and think I'm pretty strong. I'm 56 now. I'm going to be 57 next month, actually. I don't use any weights at all. So what I tend to do is weight-bearing exercise, which is exercises on the floor. So that's the Pilates mat work. And then the standing work that we did today. So for example, that last sequence of exercises I did for the arms, I'm sure you could feel that, couldn't you, in the arms? And that's all what I call kind of resistance-based work. So that's what I tend to do. What I do use, I do have a couple of props that I want to recommend to you all to get. One is one of these, a resistance band. These are excellent for working the muscles because they provide resistance. I prefer them to weights because they move with you, unlike a weight. And there's lots and lots of things you can do with them. In fact, today I've just filmed, a couple of hours ago actually, I filmed a standing workout with the resistance bands. That will be out next week. So if you're interested, Patty, that might be one to look at. But I do recommend you get one of these, everyone. This is a medium resistance band. They come in different strengths. So if you're super strong, you could go for a stronger band. If you've got shoulder issues, you might want to go nice and light. But the medium, you can see it's a very long band, so you can adjust it to suit you. So I would recommend that you all get one of these. Great for exercising at home and keeping your muscles nice and strong. So that's what I would suggest, Patty. And the other thing that I use a lot is one of these, which is a Pilates ball. And as you can see, it's very squidgy. It's deliberately squidgy because what we do with this is we do things with the arms, with the legs, but also balancing on it on the mat. There's all kinds of things you can do with this. And again, really, really good for working against your own body. So a lot of the work we do, Patty, in Pilates is based on kind of challenging your balance, your coordination, like we did today, really. And you'd be surprised how effective that is on the body. And what you get is that kind of lean, muscular look like I've got. This is sort of all, this is a Pilates kind of physique, really. I've been doing it 22 years, I think now, something like that. So I hope that helps you, Patty. But I would say if there was one thing I'd recommend, Patty, that would be get yourself a resistance band. And go ahead and look on my channel. You will see there's quite a few workouts with the resistance band. You might really enjoy those if you're used to working with weights. Okay, next question was Valerie Beale. Hello, Valerie. Valerie has a bulging disc, sciatic, I presume you get sciatica, or you've got issues with your sciatic nerve. You get confused with the flat back. Okay, so Valerie, yes, so if you've got bulging discs in your back and you've got sciatica problems, what you need to avoid is flexing your spine. And that's your lower back, because I take it, yes, it's sciatic nerve, it's going to be a lower back issue. So for you, Valerie, yes, for you, you don't really want to be bending your lower back. You do want to be keeping the back flat. So the exercise at the end we did, let me show you. You'll want to not do this. For you, that's a no-no. For you, you want to be working in a flat back position. That way it keeps the vertebra from squishing down on each other. What happens when you flex the back, if you've got a bulging disc, is it will squeeze down on the disc, and you absolutely don't want to be doing that. So you want to avoid flexion of the lower back, and you do want to do all your leg stretches, which I'm sure your physical therapist has probably given you, but do follow their instructions and do those stretches, because they will really help. In terms of modifying your workout, Valerie, for Pilates, if you just keep that one thing in your mind, don't flex your lower back, and then learn to just modify things to work with that, you should be absolutely fine. If you want a suggestion of a workout that you can do, sorry, I'm just thinking, I think I have, yes, I have a workout. It's quite a challenging one for osteoporosis on the channel. So if you go ahead and look for that, I'm not suggesting you have that, but the reason I suggest that video is that video has no flexion in. So you could go ahead and do that and you'd be fine without having to think, oh, how do I modify this, etc. So I hope that helps you, Valerie. Thanks for your question. Next question was from Tracy Crawford. Hello, Tracy. And Tracy said, hips are still tight. Any recommendations? Okay, so Tracy and everybody, yeah, our hips do get tight, and everyone's do. It's not something that I would say is something that's to worry about. What I would say is it's something that you need to do daily. You need to work your hips daily to keep them moving and feeling okay. So recommendations for hip work would definitely be mat Pilates. I'm assuming you're a senior because you're watching today. If you are, I've got a couple of really nice mat Pilates for seniors workouts, and I would highly recommend those because they are very specific for working with tight hips, tight shoulders, tight back, all that kind of thing. So things that are really good for tight hips are the clamshell, which is where you're lying on your side with your knees bent in together and you open that top knee. The leg circles that we do in Pilates, you can do them with a resistance band or you can do them with the knee bent. They're really, really good. So go ahead and look at those videos, Tracy. They would be the best things for you to do, I would say. And to think about, you know, when you've got something tight in your body, it often means it's something that's actually overworking. So don't forget to stretch. Stretches are really important for us all. So I hope that helps, Tracy. Thank you for your question. Susan Barrett. Hello, Susan. Susan says, may have osteoporosis. Should she not do bending, or is it just the angle of the flexions? And you think I'm amazing. Oh, bless you, Susan. Thank you. So these are, do you know what? This is always a tricky one for me because it depends. My thinking on it is, and obviously I'm not medically qualified. I've worked with a lot of women with osteoporosis. I do think it depends where the osteoporosis is. But if we make a sort of a sweeping kind of overview of it, if you've got osteoporosis, what the recommendation is you do not flex your spine at all. And I think that's a really hard thing to do because, you know, in day-to-day life, the way I look at that is obviously you don't want to be forcing anything, absolutely not. But in day-to-day life, you know, you might be just in your kitchen and drop something on the floor and you want to pick it up. Well, the minute you do that, you're flexing your spine. So it's kind of difficult one for me, I think, in some ways. But what I would say is to be ultimately safe, yes, don't bend it at all. I think I would say, Susan, go do my osteoporosis workout, because that's a great one. It's quite challenging. There's a lot of strength in it, strength-based exercises, and those exercises are for building muscle strength. The more you can strengthen your muscles when you potentially have osteopenia or osteoporosis, what you really need to do is do work that will strengthen your muscles, so weight-bearing work, because the more of that you do, the more those muscles will pull on the bones, and when the muscles pull on the bones, it makes the bone make more bone, if that makes sense. So it's really challenging, I know, but I would highly recommend you go and do the osteoporosis workout that I've got. I've got one that I did more recently, which is in the other studio. It's all mat work. And then if you're feeling like you really want to go for it, I've got a much older one that's got jumping in as well. I wouldn't do that yet, but you might want to build up to that one. And then the other thing you could do, Susan, is I've got a 15-minute core workout, which I did about a year ago, I think. I'm all in, like, I've got these sort of jungle leggings on in it, but that is all core work with no flexion at all. So again, that's perfectly suitable for osteoporosis. And yeah, it's really frustrating, isn't it? Because you're thinking, oh, do I bend, don't I bend? But basically, you know, with osteoporosis, the reason they say no flexion is because your bones become more fragile. And you probably know this, Susan, but just for anyone else who's listening and for you, what happens is the bone becomes less solid. So it's almost like, you know, like that cheese that's got holes in it. It kind of starts to look a little bit like that, which means it's more prone to stress fractures and things like that. And you know, what they don't want you to do is to do any kind of forced flexing that could cause a fracture in your spine. So, you know, ultimately what they say is no flexion at all. So I think from an exercise point of view, I would recommend you do the weight bearing work, the standing work's brilliant. You can do flat back, you know, so instead of doing flexing like this, you can do what we were doing today, where you're working with a flat back. This is really good for working the back of the body and building the strength in the hips, and then just avoid the flexion and see how you go from there. All right, so I hope that helps. Those are the questions so far. I know my husband's going to take some any questions as well. So I'm just going to go and say thank yous as well to everyone that's donated for the class today. Your donations really do help me keep going, and I really do appreciate those. And I also wanted to say thank you for your patience, because I know I cancelled last week. I've just been overworking, so I've had bed rest for 4 days and feeling, as you can see, back to normal, which is great. Anyway, huge thank you to Mary McLennan for your donation, Wanda Wilson, Carol Britton, Jane Matthias, Mary Ann Groningen, sorry, I can't read my husband's handwriting, Peggy Alexander, Anne Hillier, Sylvia Mills, and Janet Nolan, who've all very kindly donated today. Thank you very, very much. That's really appreciated. And I'm going to have a quick look at the chat now and just see if I've missed any questions. And I just wanted to say there's so many lovely messages on there. I do hope you know that I do read all your messages. So even if you don't hear your name called out, I do read all your messages and see what you say, because it really helps me work out what's good for you and what you'd like to see. So if you've got any comments on today, please do leave them below after the session. This session will be uploaded to YouTube. So as it is right now, the chat, you can go ahead and play it straight away. What I normally do is a couple of days after, I'll edit out the beginning so you can just come straight into the exercise. And don't forget, go do this one again, because this one's got different challenges in to previous seniors ones. I did work it all out today, so I was giving you something a bit different, was going to challenge you in a different way. So do go and do it again, and yeah, let me know how you felt. All right, so let's have a quick look at questions. Got some lovely comments in here. Anna Leedham says, thanks for being the pandemic pal who keeps me strong and flexible. Your standing senior sessions rock. Well, thank you very much, Anna. That's lovely to know. And yes, I will be keeping going, whether we're in a pandemic or not in a pandemic, in a lockdown, not in a lockdown. Who knows? Hopefully, here in the UK, we're moving towards the possibility of being able to come out of the severe lockdown that we're in. So we're hoping that's all going to work well. Right, going forward. Hello, Josephine in St. Louis, Missouri. Lovely to see your name come up. I know you write to me quite a lot, so it's lovely to see that you were here today. Lily Mars, hello Lily. Lily is in a very rainy Spain, I believe, right now. Hello Lily, lovely to see you. And yes, Boo is not in the room at the moment because she's become quite distracting, but she is here, and I might get her in at the end of the session to say hello to everyone. Greetings from rainy Spain, says Lily. Looking forward to today's workout. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Seeing people from all over the world, which is absolutely wonderful. We've got Marianne Marcolongo, who's in, what's that, Mullica Hill, New Jersey. I think we've spoken before, haven't we? Because Mullica Hill sounds familiar. Marianne says, glad you're feeling better and looking forward to the class. I hope you enjoyed it. And I was thinking, everyone, that if you all really like doing this class live, then I'm going to try and do it once every 4 weeks for you. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking this time, because there were over 300 people today did the class. So I'm thinking this time works quite well, kind of internationally as well as nationally in the UK. So I'm going to go ahead and set another one of these up for about 4 weeks time. So do keep an eye out for that. Going down, we've got Wanda. Hello, lovely Wanda in beautiful Colorado. Oh, how lovely. Lovely part of the world. Love your classes. Thank you so much. Well, you're very welcome, Wanda. Lovely to see your name there. Let's see. Oh, I've just seen your question, Valerie Beale. You get confused with flat back, yoga, neutral spine, Pilates. Yeah. I understand now what your question was, Valerie. So yes, so in Pilates, we do a neutral spine, which essentially is the spine in its natural alignment. Now, usually that's fine, but if in that position, someone with a bulging disc is in pain, then we recommend just slightly moving out of the position so as not to aggravate it. Neutral should be fine. The other thing I meant to say, Valerie, and to anyone else who's got bulging discs, is generally moving your body in that direction, as in, let me show you sideways, an extension going this way normally is quite nice for someone with a bulging disc. All right, so that's just something to think about. So back extensions tend to work quite well. So they're things that we do in the mat work. So you might want to think about that. Okay, going down. So we've seen questions from Tracy. We have a nice message from Brenda. Looking forward to the session. Oh my goodness, Brenda, you're 8 weeks post-op with a knee replacement. First class since. Brenda, I hope you're okay, because there was a lot of work on the knees there. Let me know that you're all right. But if you did that class, you are amazing, Brenda, because 8 weeks, that's very encouraging. What I would say, Brenda, is I've got 2 videos on this channel which are called Pilates for Painful Knees. Now, I know your post-op knee replacement, but the exercises in that will work really well for you because they're exercises that will support the knee. So they work equally well if you've got knee arthritis or if you've got any kind of knee issue where you need to strengthen the muscles that support the joints. So do go check that one out, Brenda. See if that's good for you. I'm going to say hello to David and Joan Foreman. Hello, if you're here still. Lovely to see you come up. So hi, we've been doing Rachel's classes daily for almost all of last year, but rarely live. They have been a great help in these difficult times. Well, that's lovely to hear. David and Joan, thank you very much. And really, really pleased that it's helped you because that's why I do this, because I want to reach out and help all of you out there. And I figured if I've got the expertise and I can share it with you, then why not? That's the way I look at things. So thank you very much for your comments. I want to say thank you, Peggy Lancaster, who's donated $20 for today. Thank you very much, Peggy. And I can see Mary Ann has donated 30 NOK. What's NOK? Is that Norwegian? I'm not sure. NOK. And blowing me a big kiss. I'm blowing it back to you. Thank you very much indeed. I can see Jane Matthias has donated $4.99 and Carol Britton has donated $4.99. So thank you very much, ladies. I'm whisking down the chat because I'm going to sign off very shortly. Kim Miller says, hi Rachel, discovered your classes during lockdown and love them. I feel so much stronger and generally better about myself. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you very much, Kim. And I'm really glad to hear that these classes have worked for you during the lockdown, and do keep coming along. Judy Buxton, oh, Judy is in West London. Judy made it back in time from the dentist today. Hooray! Just in time for the workout. That's wonderful. Good. And I can see a Jean Hayes. Hello from London, Ontario. Looking forward to a live session. I do one of your classes every day and really love them. All right, so I'm whisking down the chat, but I can see there's somebody at the door who wants to come and say hello. So I'm going to get them to come and sit on here. Maybe we could help. Do you want to come up here? Here she comes. There we go. This is Boo, my rescue dog, who doesn't like it when I'm in the studio and she's not with me. So she's going to sit here for the rest of the session and no doubt be a complete distraction to us all. All right, so looking through the questions, Anne Hillier has donated $3.99. Sylvia Mears has donated £5. Thank you very much indeed. Hello to Kim Brandt, who's in Bellingham, Washington. Peggy Lancaster, first live class today. Have been with you all year, noticing more endurance, flexibility, and improved technique. Thank you. Well, isn't that wonderful, Peggy? The fact, you know what I really love about this is that you guys are all noticing that your strength and your flexibility is improving. And I think that's so good for our mindset, that it's not just that you're doing the exercise, but you're really feeling and seeing the improvements in the body. And that's something that Joseph Pilates was very keen on. He had a well-known saying, which was, in 10 sessions, you will, in 10 sessions, you'll feel the difference. In 20 sessions, you will see the difference. And in 30 sessions, you'll be on your way to a whole new body. And he really believed in that. And you think these exercises, many of the ones from the mat Pilates, come from nearly 100 years ago now, and they're still so effective. I mean, he really knew what he was doing, that chap. Anyway, I'm rattling on, but let's go down, and I'm just going to say some quick hellos to Jane Sykes in Michigan, Karina Perry. Hello, Karina. I know Karina comes regularly to class from Mallorca. Janet Nolan. Hello, Janet. Looking forward to it. You always enjoy the standing ones. Well, that is great to see. So I'm going to whisk down the bottom. I'm really sorry if I haven't managed to say hello to you today. I do want to thank Rona Stevens, who I've seen has just donated $1.99, and Lily Mars is saying hello to you. Do you want to say a little hello? Hello, everybody. This is little Boo Boo. She always comes to the end of the Friday session, but I think you'll come to Wednesdays as well now, won't you? As you can see, she's very chilled out. Anyway, everyone, I'm going to sign off. I wanted to say thank you so much for coming today. Remember, you can do this workout again, and I'm going to get the next one up as soon as I can. So hopefully, if you enjoyed today, we'll see each other again in 4 weeks' time. All right, so bye-bye for now. Look after yourselves, everyone. Bye-bye from me and bye-bye from Boo. Take care. Bye.